Very much a glass half full man, and that is their coach, Justin Langer, who joins us. And we really appreciate your time, JL, on the show. This, even for you, Justin, very testing time for the cricket fraternity, hasn't it?
Oh, no doubt. There's so many complications. That's the truth. There's so many stakeholders, whether it's the broadcasters or the ICC or the countries we play against. There's so many balls in the air, and it's certainly complicated, that's for sure.
JL, the next game of cricket, well, we're also looking forward to here at Channel 9, is the World T20, which is scheduled, I think, for October 18 in this country to be live on Channel 9. Do you think that's going to go ahead? Well,
there's a big meeting from the ICC, I think on the 15th of July, Tub, and that's when actually we all want to know. That's the truth. Then we can make other plans or start getting organised. But let's be real, I'm sure it's problematic, isn't it? With everything that's happening around, I think it was the highest spike of coronavirus around the world last night or yesterday. So I'm sure it's going to be problematic, but what we're all looking for is some good clarity, and that should come on the 15th of July.
Justin, how does that lack of clarity impact on what you're trying to do with the players on a day-to-day basis? How are you keeping in touch with them? How are you keeping them motivated when really they don't know what's next?
Well, we've got an old saying, we've had it for the last 2 years. Will Smith, the great American actor, he once said, "I always stay ready, so I've never got to get ready." So that's been a motto that we've had in our group, whether it's the guys who are the 12th and 13th and 14th men, or the people knocking on the door to get into the team, or it's our players who are in the 11. So in this instance, it's really positive because they're back training with their states, a bit like it used to be. But we just stick to that motto. We stay ready, and when we're up and running, the Australian cricket team will be ready to go.
Justin, in England, I'd be interested that Stokes has gone from being the bad boy of English cricket to being the interim English captain. Speaking of bad boys, would you support David Warner ever coming back to? Would he ever be in the frame for a captaincy position for you? Well,
he's officially, I think he's been banned from captaining Australia again, Pete.
I know, so, but your support?
But I support it. I mean, having David Warner in the team is like having Floyd Mayweather in the team. I love him. He talks it up. He is a great player by any calculations. And he's been fantastic in the team over the last 2 years. I don't think he'll be captain of Australia again. That's because of where we're at. But I love having him in the team. He's an absolute ripper.
JL, you talk about being ready. You took over the role as Australian coach during a very tough time, during the Sandpaper Gate crisis. I'm sure you were ready, but how have you found the transition in you as a coach and the team from those days a couple of years ago to where you are now as #1 Test-playing nation and #1 T20 nation? What's been the big improvement in this team and in you as a coach?
Oh, well, firstly, Tub, I hope until the very last day I'm coaching, I keep seeing myself as a novice coach, and I keep learning. And one of our values we talk about is learning. Ever since I've been involved in the Australian cricket team, we talk about we get up every day looking to get better. And it sounds like a bit of a cliche, but it's been a strong philosophy for me every time. And I've been involved with Australian cricket for a long time. So we keep looking to get better. I think the other thing that, looking back at it, with those rankings now, not once have we talked about the rankings. Not once have we talked about being the best team in the world on the field. We've just talked about making Australians proud of us again and getting our behaviours to that point where we're respected and we make the Australians proud of us again on and off the cricket field. So the magic of that is that we've got both. We've got good people and we've got very good cricketers who are getting the results.
Justin, one of the headlines that really stood out when I guess cricket was thrown into crisis amid COVID-19 was the headline that said you're actually a part-time coach because of it all. Are you actually technically on paper still a part-time coach as the national head coach, the Australian coach? It's bizarre to read.
No, it made a good headline, didn't it? We obviously had a huge stand down from Cricket Australia. All our guys came back on the on the 1st of July a few days ago, so they are jumping out of their skin. My eyes, I've got bags under my eyes, so I haven't stopped working with some other crew behind the scenes. But, it made a good headline. I literally love what I do. And everyone who knows me knows it's nice to be working from home. I've loved this period. The last 3 months has been magic, but it's been nice also to be able to work from home from my office where I'm sitting right now.
Last question. Somewhere in Australia right now, there is an artist jumping around because his or her work is getting the best exposure he or she has ever had. Who is he or she over your right shoulder responsible for that lovely painting?
Pete, we've been going to Broome, magical place, the north of Western Australia for the last 20-odd years, and we haven't gone this year, but James Down, as you can see, a Broome artist, and we had that. I've got all my family in there. I've even got Chili, the dog, in there. So, unfortunately, we're not getting to Broome this year, but I recommend it to anyone. It's an unbelievable place.